Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Got a Tech channel, where if you don't have a tech, now you do. So today I'm going to go over how to format your drive. We were talking about earlier the differences between NTFS formatting and exFAT formatting for Macs. So I just want to show you how to do that. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you the drive I have here. If I can figure out how to get my window to show. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I have an external drive plugged in right here, right? So what we're gonna do is, as you can see, I have a file on the drive, saved on the drive already. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna right click on that external drive. We're gonna go to format. Now that you're in format, you can see these options that we were talking about earlier. You have FAT32, you have FAT, you have NTFS, and you have exFAT. So if you are transferring data from a PC to a Mac, and you're going to be using the same external drive, you want to format to exFAT so that your Mac can read on both platforms, the Windows platform and the Apple platform. You can also use FAT32, but this would be limited to 4 gigs of data. You can only put up to 4 gigs of data onto FAT32. So if we choose exFAT, we press start. We're going to make sure it says quick format, or we'll be sitting here all day. Okay. Okay, so now it says formatting is complete. And as you can see, my drive has been formatted because there's nothing on the drive currently. There's absolutely nothing here. That's what formatting does. It deletes whatever's on the drive, and it also sets it up properly so that the system that you want to use it on can read the drive. Okay, so now you can take this drive to your Mac and you Windows OneDrive. I'm sorry, not Windows OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive. Okay, so you have Microsoft OneDrive here on your PC. So as you can see, mine is completely used up. Apologize. Microsoft OneDrive. I wanted to show you Microsoft OneDrive on your local PC. So if you go down here into the right-hand corner, you press this up arrow, you will see this cloud. Mine has an X on it because I have so many things backing up there and I have not upgraded my cloud. And that is because I use an external hard drive backup. I don't really use the cloud. But if you do use the cloud, you will get 5 gigs of storage for free. So to start out with. So if you just right click on this and we go to settings, sync and backup, manage backup. Okay. You'll see by default, OneDrive backs up your documents, it backs up pictures, and it backs up whatever's on your desktop. So those 3 folders by default are being backed up to OneDrive constantly. Whenever you make changes, it automatically backs up, providing that you have paid for storage and that you have enough storage to back it up. So let me just go a little further into that because I don't want people to think that it just backs up pictures. Okay, so just to give you a little further explanation into this, if you go into your profile folder, right? And we talked about the profile folder a few clips back. If you go into your profile folder, which is located on your main hard drive, your users folder, this is your profile folder, the one with your name on it. So your profile folder is where all of your documents live on your PC. Okay, so if you open up the profile folder, you will see these documents. and you will see that these documents match the names here. So these are actually what Microsoft is backing up. It's backing up your documents folder, which is here, located in your profile. It's backing up your pictures folder, and it's backing up your desktop folder. Those are the three things that it automatically backs up. You can also enable music, and you can enable videos, which you can see those two folders are here as well. Now, if you have a document, and let's say, for example, you put it here in this folder, downloads folder. The downloads folder is not a folder that's automatically set up to back up to OneDrive. So if you go looking for it, you won't be able to find it. So that's what I mean. Even though it's a document that you downloaded, that doesn't mean it's automatically there unless you move it into the documents folder. Same with a picture. If you just download the picture and leave it in your downloads folder, it doesn't back up unless you move it to your pictures folder or to your desktop. You have to move it. Now, you can customize within Windows, you can customize which folders you want backed up. So in order to do that, you can go to, yes, you can go to here, you can go to Account, you can go to Choose Folders, and you can tell Windows what exactly you want backed up. And you can actually customize which folders you want Windows to back up. So for some reason, if you don't want it to back up your documents, you can uncheck that, and you can tell it to stop syncing that folder. You can confirm by pressing OK, or you can uncheck your pictures and tell it to stop syncing that folder. These are the only ones showing up right now because those are the only three that are by default from our other window here. Okay, so if you enable music, well, it's not going to let me do it because I have no space. But if you enable music and videos, then those will also appear here by default and give you the option to select it or deselect it, and also specify the subfolders that you want it to back up. Maybe there's a folder in there that you don't want it to back up, so you can just uncheck that, and it will stop backing that up. Okay, so I just wanted to be a little bit more specific because I think sometimes people get confused about that. They think every picture that they have will automatically be backed up. Yes, it will be if you have it in the right place. And I think people get confused with that. So just make sure it's in the right place. Okay, so now we want to go, I want to show you the web the web GUI or the web interface of OneDrive. So let me just start over here. So if you go to Microsoft.com and you sign in to your account, you go to my Microsoft account here. I believe it might make me sign in again. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, great. Okay, so if you go to your Microsoft account here, and you go to the app launcher all the way here in the top left corner, now go to OneDrive, you will see a layout of everything we just spoke of. And it's giving me this exceeded your limit warning because I have no data available to store stuff. Okay, so, but this is how the layout will look. And as you can see, it's the same folders that you had checked off on your desktop that are backed up here. And everything that was in those corresponding folders. So you can access the good thing about this is you can access it anywhere. So if you're not home and you need to grab a file that you forgot to put on a flash drive, or you forgot to transfer to your phone, or whatever the case may be, you can log in to OneDrive on your phone. You can log into it on another computer or tablet, and you can grab the file, and you can go on your way with your meeting or whatever it was you needed the file for. So that's the good thing about the cloud. Um, the thing that I find is not it's not good about it is that you have to continue paying for a subscription, but that's how things are these days. They want a subscription. So you have to pay for this subscription to keep your storage accessible, and to keep a certain amount of storage, you have to pay for that subscription. But as long as you're doing that, you'll have an available amount of space on here. So now if I go to manage storage, you will see how much you're using. So right now I'm over my free 5 gigs. So that's why it's not allowing me to sync anything else. But if you want more, you just go to get more storage, and you go through all the prompts to upgrade the plan, and you do that right through Microsoft, and it'll sync back to your account on your computer because you logged into your computer. I'm sorry, you logged into your Microsoft account online. You're going to log in with the same account that you have here. This, I apologize. You're going to log in with the same account that you have here in settings. The same account name, email. You're going to log in with that same email online. So then now when you upgrade online, it'll sync to your computer, and it'll know that you have upgraded your storage, and everything will sync properly. The next free option for storage is Google. So if you go to Google Drive, actually I have it up already, I believe. You go over here to Google Drive. Okay. Yes. Okay. So if we go over here to Google Drive and you go to storage, right? You'll see how much storage you have available in Google Drive. Now, by default, Google Drive gives you 15 gigs of storage. This particular account is a business account or an education account, so it's not it's not showing any limits to the storage. But if you just if you just create a regular Gmail account and sign up for Gmail or Google, it'll automatically give you 15 gigs of free storage. So that includes everything: email, video, photos, everything. It's going to combine everything and calculate the storage that you're using and tell you, hey, you have this amount left, or you've used too much, or anything. So then if you overuse it, then you can just also, the same way, very similar to OneDrive, you can upgrade the plan and just subscribe to get more storage with Google. And again, the great thing about cloud storage is that you can access the files from anywhere you need to access those files. You don't have to wait. If your computer crashes or anything like that, you can access your file. You can have it backed up to these cloud storage options, and you don't have to worry about your files getting lost. So those are the options. There are also options if you are, let's go back to If you are a Amazon Prime user, that subscription comes with unlimited photo uploads. So you can store an unlimited amount of photos on Amazon Photos if you have an Amazon Prime subscription. Videos are limited to, I believe, 5 gigs. So once you reach 5 gigs of uploading videos, it's going to tell you, hey, you have to pay to upload videos. But photos are unlimited. Another option is Dropbox. Dropbox is also an option, but I don't really tell people about Dropbox because now they have given you only 2 gigs of storage. So iCloud also gives you 5 gigs of storage. So most people have their iCloud set up syncing direct from their phones, and you can access iCloud as well on a web browser and download your files from there onto your computer, onto your Mac, onto your PC. You can do it various ways, and you can access your files from iCloud. Box gives you 10 gigs of free storage. So if you go over to Box and you sign up, you can have cloud storage there for free up to 10 gigs. So those are the most popular ways to store on cloud-based systems online, where you don't have to pay. You can have some backup of your data. And I recommend that if you are going to go to cloud version, you may as well subscribe and keep the drive. Keep the storage on the cloud drive to the capacity that you need to house all of your documents and your data, or it kind of doesn't really make sense to have it like how I have mine set up. I know I have mine set up that way because I don't use it. To be honest, I don't use it. But if I did use it, I would just pay for the subscription because then I can actually use it the way it's intended to, which is to sync and to automatically back up my files. I don't have to worry about losing anything. So that's the whole purpose of it. If you're going to go the manual route like I do and back up your files, we went over that in an earlier video. You would just pretty much drag and drop from your main profile folder into your external drive backup and manually move those files, and then you don't have to worry about it. There's also a way that you can automatically back up files. With this route, you would need to keep the drive plugged in. So you need to dedicate a hard drive in Windows. There's a way to do it automatically to backup. And you would need to make sure that it stays plugged in to your computer. If we go here to if we type in backup and we go to backup settings, you see it has an option to do OneDrive, but we went over that. So we can also back up. I like to do this route. Backup and restore. It's just for me, it's just how it looks. It's more familiar to me. So you can set up a backup, and you'll see it starting. Okay, so now it's asking me, where do you want to back up? So I'm going to choose my external drive, and I'm going to go to next. And it's going to ask me, what folders do you want to back up? What are you asking me to back up? So by default, Windows chooses certain folders for you. So it says Windows will back up data files saved in the libraries, on the desktop, and in default Windows folders. These items will be backed up on a regular schedule. So basically, it's going to back up important Windows files and whatever's on your desktop. So in this case, you just have to remember to put everything on your desktop, basically. I don't like that option, so I do let me choose. In the let me choose, you can go here to your C drive. You can navigate down here to users. I just uncheck all this other stuff because I don't really need these other things. I need what's in my folder, right? So I need what's here in my folder. So I'm going to uncheck everything there. All these things that you don't know about, you don't need it. You don't you don't need it. I would just uncheck all of these things. Keep your music if you have it. Keep your videos. So I have your videos, your music, your favorites that corresponds to what you have, your bookmarks and everything that you have on your internet browser. What's in your downloads folder, what's in your documents folder. If you have anything else in any other place here, you need to make sure you check it in order for the backup to know what you need. So just make sure you press you're clicking through it through all of the subfolders to make sure everything that you need is checked off here. So now, if you go to next, the next thing it's going to ask you is when do you want automatic backup to happen? So I want it to automatically back up every week on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Now, of course, you have to make sure your computer stays on at that time for it to work. So the next step would be save settings and backup. I'm not going to press it simply because the drive I'm using in this example is not large enough to hold the files that I checked off. But I just want to go through the process and show you that you can also set up an automatic backup of all your files on your computer, and you don't have to manually move it. It's just my preference to do that, but you don't have to do that. You can do it automatically as well. So you have several options to back up your data and to keep your data files. You don't have to lose anything. I would recommend if you are a person that is always, you know, you have a small business or you're in school or saving things to your local computer, like saving things on your computer or transferring things onto your computer, I would personally recommend a weekly backup because sometimes we forget that we even changed the file. And if in the interim something happens to your computer, now you've lost that update and you have to go back and fix it or try to retrieve it somehow. So I recommend at least a weekly backup. I think is a safe time frame to back up all your data. If you have it on OneDrive, it does it all the time for you automatically. You don't have to worry about it. But if you're going to do it manually, or if you're going to put it on that schedule that we just went over through Windows 10 or through Windows 11, you want to make sure that is at least on a weekly basis. You can also choose another option, but I recommend at least a weekly basis to back up your data. So I just wanted to go over the options for backup and to let people know that you have a plethora of ways to manage your data and to keep your data current, not to lose your data. And thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. And you got a tech.